Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a 2010 guys Caravan. I'm in the parking lot, the old parking lot. What's going on guys is the complaint is this vehicle shuts off when come to a stop. Now naturally I'm sitting in a old abandoned parking lot, grocery store parking lot. I've just driven this thing 4 miles. So coming to a stop, I have came to stop lights and stop signs, and I come to a stop, it never stalls out guys. These are the most hardest ones to duplicate, and I done got to the point where I refuse to make a guest repair on something like this, because it can always come back to haunt you. Okay, you have to be sure you repair something like this. But so right now I'm just twirling in the parking lot, you know, coming to a stop, because it wouldn't do anything on the road, on the actual road. So I'm just driving around and I come to a stop, and I'll be happy to feel it even trying to stall out. It won't even do that. Yeah, I come to a stop, nothing. Now there's a lot of things that come into play when you come into a stop guys, that you got to be mindful of. I mean, your transmission is depending on which gear you're in, it's gonna try to downshift, okay, to a lower gear when you come into a stop. That could affect it, or you know, restricted airflow getting to the engine could affect it. Restricted fuel, a lot of things come into play when you're talking about stalling out. Now I did a video a long time ago pertaining, you know, things you can check on your stall outs when you're stalling out. What couple of things you can do and check. Matter of fact, I'm gonna link that right here. That's just an old video, and it was basically geared around the older model cars. Now this is not per se a new car, this is a 2010, but some of that thinking and theory still apply. Some of the basic theory applies, such as, yes, you gotta have a decent amount of airflow getting to your engine. Your engine has to breathe. So the gasoline combustion engine, yes, some of the basic things gonna apply to any year car. All right, but there's the newer the car, the more things come into play, okay? And yes, a transmission can cause your car to stall out at a stop, but you as a mechanic has to determine if that's what's causing your problem. As of me right now, I would be happy to even duplicate it. Okay, sure guys, yes, scan the computer, see if there's any fault codes. Absolutely none. So you can look at that two different ways. The computer didn't see a problem, or whatever's causing the problem is not monitored by the computer. Yes, there's some things on these cars that are not monitored by the computer. In fact, fuel pressure is one of them. Okay, secondary ignition is another. The computer has no way to monitor if you get an adequate amount of fuel pressure. Now it can inadvertently monitor that stuff through O2 sensors and things like that. A feature called adaptive memory. You know, that's some ways the computer can inadvertently try to monitor. Let's just say if you have a secondary ignition problem, it can pick up that in the form of misfire trouble code. So I don't know guys, I tell you what, let me take a break right quick. I'm gonna do some readjusting, and we'll finish talking and we'll try to get to the bottom of it. Stay tuned, man, don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. All right, so guys, I just called back to the shop. Let's see, what's the customer there. What I'm eventually doing guys is driving or riding with the customer. Okay, I have to duplicate this before I can make a repair. Now I'm gonna head back to the shop and I'm gonna pull the air intake off, see if the throttle body heavily clogged up, heavily carbon. Yes, a carbon up throttle body can restrict airflow and cause you all types of problems. Okay, I'm gonna do some basic check, make sure the engine can breathe, make sure the air filter is not severely clogged up, that will restrict airflow. Okay, you don't want any of that. But at the end of the day guys, I have to duplicate this problem, and due to the 5-mile test drive I've been on, coming to a stop now. Nothing. It won't even it won't even cough down. And yes guys, be careful explaining to a customer that there's nothing wrong with your car. Find a better choice of words to explain to a customer merely that you can get it to do it. They would rather hear that. They would rather hear, ma'am, you might have a problem, but for right now, I can't get it to act up. They would much rather hear that than to hear, oh, ain't nothing wrong with your car. You don't have no problems. Because you were essentially calling them a liar at this point. And nobody, I repeat, nobody want to waste their time at a shop if they didn't think they have a problem, guys. Okay, that just doesn't happen. There's a lot of things people can be doing and setting up at a shop trying to get their car fixed. Alright, so guys, I'm leaving this lot. I can't get this car to act up. I'm gonna head to the shop and possibly, hopefully, take a ride with the customer and see what happens from there. Alright guys, so yes, I'm getting ready to get back on the main road. I do not want to be filming while I'm on the main road. So guys, that's all I have. Stay tuned, man. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna go to another break. When I get back, I hope I can go for a ride with the customer. But if not, we'll continue this diagnosis. Stay tuned.